What's up, guys? So I'm here with my dear friend, Mr. Eric Krasno.
Thank you for having me.
Eric, what brings you to town? Talk to us.
So I came into town to do an amazing benefit show called Love Rocks with some of my favorite musicians in the world. Then I got to do my trio at the Iridium, where you were kind enough to bring one of these Ambassador amps, the new Supro, and one of the delegates as well. And Marcus King sat in, and Quinn Sullivan, and I really loved playing on the amp. So while I'm in town, we were like, okay, let's go talk about the amp. Let's also break down some of the looping stuff that I've been doing on Instagram and have a little fun.
Yeah. So let's get into it.
All right, let's do it.
Let's check it out. Get the old standby.
Yep. Yeah, man.
So question, when you were playing at the Iridium, so the Ambassador, you could do 50 watts Class A, B,
yeah,
or 35 watts Class A. Where did you lean?
I was doing 35 because it's a smaller room and I like to get some of that gain out of the amp. I kind of like it just to be on the edge of breaking up so that, you know, I can play rhythm stuff and it's clean and like crystal clear, but then if I turn the guitar all the way up, you get a little bit of that grit,
right,
you know?
Right.
But then I use them with the pedals and I have a lot of options from there, you know?
So right now we're on the 50 watt Class A, B tone. Play them a little bit of that, then I'm gonna switch you over to 35 watts. Let's hear the difference. It's got like a little more, those high mids really just like kick through, and I think with the single coil guitar, which this is a single coil guitar, believe it or not.
Yep.
Just on stage, like you really just hear that explosiveness.
No, I love it, and I love having that option because in a bigger room, if I'm playing with Phil Lesh, you know, at the Capitol Theater, I might want a little more headroom so I can be cleaner. But this really just has just great options across the board.
Yeah, so why not, I just basically opened up the master, brought the input down. Just play some like super clean.
That sounds great too.
Yeah, and I think that right there is like a great platform for the kind of looping stuff I want you to show us.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you down to set that up and show us what you're doing? All right, let's do it. Awesome. All right, so we put the rig together. Let's check it out. And it starts with this beautiful guitar.
Yes, if you guys don't know about this, it's the Eric Krasno Brighton model. And it's just so fun to put this together. It has all of my favorite elements about my favorite guitars all jammed into one. These pickups being kind of the crown jewel. They are single coil, but they're in this humbucker casing, hand wired by Seymour Duncan. They sound amazing, super versatile. Then from there, we're running into these pedals here. We've got the
jam pedal.
The jam wah pedal.
Yep.
From there, we're skipping over to the Pog, which is providing some of the bass tones that you'll hear. Then the Philosopher Tone 2, which is a compressor and overdrive. Then the Distortion for fuzz. And then the Phase Ranger for a phaser thing. Then that's running into...
all the way back around, yeah.
Yeah, into the brain of what's happening right now. It's really coming from the Infinity 3 looper by Pigtronics. And what I really love about this pedal is that I can MIDI sync it to my computer and use that as the brain. So I have a bunch of drum tracks in Ableton here, but you can use any DAW to do this. And essentially, I'll hit play here, and you'll hear my drum loop. That will then now sync to the Infinity 3 pedal and make it really easy for looping and adding loops and creating, so when the loop goes around, the drums, the one of where the drums are happening is also the one of where, my loops are happening.
So all you have to do is just set the BPM in Ableton.
I set the BPM in Ableton, make sure that it's sending out MIDI, so it's pretty easy to do in any DAW, and then it instantly sees it here on the Infinity 3.
Wow, yeah, that's super cool.
And I just started making these loops, and then artists were hitting me up on Instagram like, hey man, I got a hook that I'm writing to that, or I've got this idea for that. So I actually went back, and a lot of those ideas have become songs.
Wow.
With other artists, which is like the power of social media.
The power of spontaneity too.
Yeah.
So I would love to hear you just like play a bunch of different ideas and
a lot of times it's really just an improvised thing that I do, where I like to lay down a bass line, some rhythm, and sometimes I'll layer some leads on there. But yeah, let's do it. Let's try it.
Awesome.
That felt pretty good.